Welcome back to the KingCast. I am the KingFanMan, and this is
the Mississippi Queen.
And we are.
I don't know.
You don't know.
You threw me off with welcome back to the KingsCast. I'm like, that's not what he says.
That's not what I normally say. We have a special guest today, too, and you're going to love him because you know him. He's all the way over across the big pond, and he's got all kinds of things to say. It is Just Dom. Hey, Just Dom, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Well, I wanted to talk about the Outer Worlds today, and you are the perfect guy because I know you're the expert on the Outer Worlds because you've been playing it a lot.
Yeah. I've been dunking some serious hours into the game.
Awesome.
Yes, I love it.
Awesome. Well, you guys that are already hopping on, y'all let me know if the mic's good for Just Dom. So tell me about that. Let's see. We've got Big T. We've got Heath already and the Skyrim Lord. How are y'all doing? The Outer World. So Obsidian, does it feel like the old Obsidian already? Do you get that feel? I have to admit, I just started the Outer Worlds today for the first time. So I haven't gotten far into it. I can talk about it a little bit with you. But to tell everybody, I want to talk about the Outer Worlds a little bit. I do want to talk about Fallout. We're going to talk about the news, too. So we've got a lot to talk about today. But it's so good to have you on the show. It's good to have Miss Queen on the show as well.
Oh, yes, as always. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Vault Girl's here. Samantha's here. Hey, everybody. Real quick, an update on Miss Ripple. How's Miss Ripple doing, Queen?
That's why I had my phone up. I was phoning a friend for a medical question, but she's doing. I got glasses and I still can't see. She is doing good for what they did surgery on.
Yes. She's still in bed, still hurting. She's got a long recovery.
She's going to have a very long recovery. She does have some hiccups going on. And no, I didn't cut my hair. It's getting so stinking long. It just looks weird. But she's doing good. Yes. She is so you guys know that she uses wheels for mobility. But around our house, she could typically walk from thing to thing by holding on to something. She could walk very, very small distances. At this point, she can't get one of her legs to move. And so that's a struggle. She's having to learn how to do things differently. We're having to learn how to do things differently. We don't know if that will come back or not. But as far as what the surgery was for, that seems to be like it's going really well right now.
Yes. So we're very thankful for that.
We are super thankful.
One more thing before we get into the podcast. Show us what we got for our prize today at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
We've got 2 prizes today.
We're not giving out 2.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh.
You gave out one last night with me kicking and screaming. He's like, but we have stuff. And I'm like, but the point of the stuff is to have stuff.
I'm prize happy. Okay, we got a pop figure. We got either a female vault dweller or a male vault dweller pop figure.
So depending on who wins,
y'all get your choice of a female or male pop figure. There you go. So very cool. And we'll do that at the end of the podcast. So real quick, a couple of news things before we get into talking about the Outer Worlds and some Fallout 76 stuff. The Fallout 3 mod that is coming through Creation Club for Fallout 4. You know, we've talked about that before, Dom. Well, it is coming in either late November or early December. And I'm actually excited about this one.
I didn't know anything about this. Well, I knew about it, the initial announcement. I didn't know when it was coming. Nice, very cool.
You know, they had actually talked about it coming like in September or something like that. But now they have announced it, that it is coming. And there's another one coming with it. It's the, the Battle of Quincy that was in Fallout 4, you know, the lore of the Battle of Quincy. There's actually a Battle of Quincy Creation Club mod that is coming with that Fallout 3 mod.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
So that's actually very exciting. You are the craziest person. That's why
my arm is showing.
That's why I married you. That's why you're here. So that's
I am tired.
Happy Bonfire Night to everyone from the UK. It's
Is it
Bonfire Night.
Bonfire Night?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Explain
Is
what
it because it's All Hallows Eve, or it's not All Hallows Eve?
What is Bonfire Night?
No, it's 2 days
I
after
don't know.
Halloween, isn't
I
it?
don't know the law.
It's
the
got to be
British
something
law.
to do with the spirits and all that stuff.
I don't know. It's where we set off a bunch of fireworks.
It's
and
something to do with
Really?
It's something
my
to do
home-
with the harvest and fall and stuff.
Yeah, in my hometown, not where I live now, but it's like the town carnival as well. So they're setting up all the floats and stuff
Fun.
and stuff today.
Very, very
That's
cool.
awesome.
But I'm not going because it's raining. So.
Oh, well. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget
I'm
to
here with you
support
guys.
Patreon. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I asked him to look up who all is a Patreon. Did you do that? Because we had a discussion a couple weeks ago. Somebody was like, wasn't it Manos was like, I'm a Patreon. I was like, I'm really not sure. You only have like what, 5 Patreons?
No,
6?
I have a lot more than that. I have like
See, I really don't know.
I have like 14 of them now.
You can't count me.
What? I have
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Everyone support me too. No, I'm joking.
I'm not sure he has 14. I think he's exaggerating.
I don't know.
I'm going to want to see a list.
My Patreons are awesome though.
Your Patreons are awesome.
Yes.
I just think we forget
Yes.
about it.
Yes. But thank you, Big T, for saying if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit that like button.
Yeah, find some subs. Let's get to 5,000.
Also, remember that Mischief Night runs through November the 5th in Fallout 76. That's Tuesday, and there's a lot of rewards you can get. There's all kinds of new outfits and everything else you can get in that special event in Fallout 76, and they're really cool. You can get the pirate outfit, the fireman outfit, the pumpkin outfit. I mean, they're really, really
Okay.
cool. So
Dedrick says, I don't know if he's serious.
No, he is about Guy Fawkes.
Okay, so in 1900s, a man called Guy Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament, so he got caught and got burned for his treason. So we light off fireworks and have a fire.
there you go.
That's it.
So is
Yeah,
it
that's
kind of like our 4th of July, like an independence kind of thing?
No, it's a
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
Maybe
It's
both.
more of like
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of like a celebrated
Yeah.
thing around the country.
And
as I said, they do like carnival carts and floats.
Yeah.
And he
and stuff
hates
around.
Fallout first and loves KingFanMan. I like that.
Dedrick hates Fallout.
He just has to get in that. And we're going to talk about Fallout first, but we're going to start with something we can more agree on, which is the Outer Worlds.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, on Metacritic, it got an 82 from critics and a 7.8 from fans. So it is a hit. So Obsidian's got themselves a hit. What do you think? Does it have the New Vegas feel, Dom? You've played enough of it. Does it have that feel?
Yeah, absolutely. It's. I made a video on this the other day about my like first impressions after like 12 hours. But every moment in the game, and as soon as you like land into the first area, you're just welcomed off by this. Like everything you love about Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas and its mechanics and that kind of humor and world space, it just screams that kind of older versions of Fallout. And it's the quote I said in my videos is, if you've ever seen South Park, what was it, the Member Berries episode, where they have to remember, like these berries make you remember past things. So it's like, the Outer Worlds kind of feels like a comfort blanket. While it's new, you feel at home, and it doesn't feel foreign to you, but you're like excited to dive into this familiarity again.
Yes.
So yes, it does absolutely feel like New Vegas and so much more.
I absolutely love the dialogue system. Which I do have to add, that dialogue system is supposed to be coming to Fallout 76 because
it is, yeah.
What is it? I get on here and this
start to
happens.
yawn.
Maybe it's the lights. Maybe the light does it to me.
James asked a question about Diablo 4. Remember that because we'll talk about that
Oh yeah.
in just a minute. I did
I'll remember that.
I like the character creation, not the facial stuff. There's that.
Yeah.
Bethesda does better, in my opinion. But the actual perks and all that, I really liked how that was set up in the Outer Worlds. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love how it's more tailored to the character you want to become, and the game is kind of revolves around that idea of player choice. So like right from the get-go, you're greeted with like, okay, so what like attributes do you want? Where do you want to go? If you put minus, you're going to be affected in these ways. You know, if you don't get this, you'll affect you in this way. And then after that, you're like, oh yeah, so what job did you have before you went into space? It's like, what? Why do you need to know that? But then it helps, the character building. And yeah.
May I ask what job you had?
Oh, I put nondescript because it made me look ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was a doctor. I was a doctor.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Most everybody's saying right now that they are liking the Outer Worlds that played it. Now, what do you think about Diablo 4? Have you played any of those, by the way?
Diablos? No,
Yes.
I haven't. No,
I haven't either, and that's I hear a lot of good things about them. I've never played them though. I know we've got some subs that's played them, but
I know it was a big announcement, but they also announced Overwatch 2.
Yes,
which was really surprising. I was like, what?
Yes.
And it kind of looks like it's in parts more of like a single player game, which is really weird, or like it's a multiplayer game with like a campaign, which felt really weird. Like at least from the trailers, I was like, this feels really different. What's going on here? So that'd be interesting to see what they do with that.
I was looking at the game news feeds this morning and saw that about Overwatch 2 as well. Hey, Intruder Gaming, on with Outer Worlds, past the character creation, and like I said, the making the character itself, I thought Bethesda did that better, but
the facial stuff,
stuff. But again, visuals, maybe the world itself, maybe Bethesda does better too. You know, just
I kind of like the Outer Worlds.
The world itself.
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean. Like Bethesda does it more realistically, where this is very stylized and futuristic and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with Starfield.
That was one thing. That was one thing I was going to ask. I think it will be more realistic. Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are you about to eat?
Plan for it.
Are you about to eat?
I'm trying to distract her here doing a fake face.
I want y'all to see what she said.
I don't even eat candy, but y'all. Now, if it was some Reese's peanut butter cups, I would eat the whole stinking bag.
Oh yeah.
Does the Outer Worlds use the creation engine? No, Obsidian has their own engine.
But I'm gonna try.
Which runs really well, by the way.
It does. It does. I've not had any problems with it at all. Skittles, you go, girl. Yes, I want some, but we're working here. We're not eating here.
Most of these colors.
We're working here. What do I pay you for? Wait a minute. I don't pay you, do I? This is what you get. You get what you pay for, right?
You better watch it. I've told you that I'm on a very, very, very short fuse.
You're cranky, aren't you?
All right,
yeah. Hey, Kane, what's going on?
When you notice yourself that you're cranky,
yes,
it's like really, really bad.
Now, I have heard this. These are not my words. I've heard this from several people, and I want to see if you agree. The shooting mechanics, or whatever you want to call them, this word has been used several times, are clunky. What would you say? Would you agree? Not agree?
No, I've not had any issues with the combat, to be honest.
You like the combat?
Yeah, nothing's taken me out. No, to be honest, I've looked for it. Don't get me wrong, I have looked for flaws, and the only thing I could say that it's not really a flaw, but because we have to remember this isn't a AAA game, so this one minor thing, which doesn't really affect me, is when you load into an area, it just kind of has that second to render the kind of textures and stuff. That's the only thing I can say that I found. But then it's literally 2 seconds and then the game loads. That's it.
It does. Big T makes a good point. It feels like that Borderlands. Maybe it's just kind of an older style weapons feel.
Yeah, maybe it's because we have to say, obviously they haven't had the help that Bethesda had with its software to create Fallout 4's combat and now Fallout combat going forward. Yeah. So they're using their gun combat from an improved version of that idea they had with New Vegas.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the same. But I like the kind of the tactical diet, the VATS kind of system, because it really helps like the combat of, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say like the status effects it can have on your enemies and stuff, and it can help take down enemies more easily. I like that touch. I like it.
Yeah, now I do like the how you sneak through the vegetation. I think that's a neat. I think that's a very neat, realistic touch. I do like that.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
Go ahead and say some more about the game, because I know you know a little bit more about the game. You've gone.
Don't eat the green Skittles.
Don't eat the green Skittles. You heard it here first.
Those were nasty. That was apple. Oh.
Is that your contribution to the?
In case they put them in the game, don't eat the green Skittles. Stick to the orange ones.
Are you feeling anything that maybe misconstrues as explosive cell death? No? Wonderful.
Red's not bad.
What I love most about Obsidian, that I have missed so much with Bethesda, is the where you can the charisma stuff, where you can lie and you can you have.
I love that.
I guess it's the choice. You have the choice to through any situation. And it's just so great that you can think, okay, what am I going to do here in this situation? Am I going to tell the truth here? Am I going to lie through this situation? And that's what's great. And I really don't know what it takes to in a game to make the different choices in there. It probably takes a lot.
Oh, hello, DeMarco dude. Hey, how you doing?
DeMarco dude. Good to have you.
Should we get him on the call?
But those we can. Those choices like that are so. It makes such a difference to have those persuasion checks in the game. It really does. And Bethesda's missing out to have those in the game.
There's a dragon eating my head.
Oh, absolutely. I have a very heavily dialogue based character.
I do
as well,
too.
So I love the character. I love the dialogue in this game. So good.
DeMarco dude, you're playing Outer Worlds a lot as well.
Hey, is he here?
No, he's on this chat.
He's on the chat. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have him on Skype somewhere.
Oh no, I added him to the call.
Oh, let me see.
It says he's in the call, but I don't think he's started.
Can I sing my song for you guys?
Yes, sing the song.
You ready again? Baby
no,
shark,
please don't.
Baby shark, doo doo.
Please don't do that.
I got silenced.
I don't know how.
He always taps me where you guys can't see when he really wants me to hush.
I really don't.
Or he gives me the look.
Okay, it says 2 of 3 in the call. Tell me how to open that second one.
I don't know anything about Skype. That's why I don't use it.
Oh, here we go.
Hello?
Oh.
We'll be right back after these short messages.
Hold on.
I was trying to sing and keep everybody occupied.
No, just talk to him. Can't sing to him.
Why? See, Chris likes Baby Shark. Baby Shark.
Would you stop? That's awful. We're going to lose subscribers over that.
We lose subscribers over that.
Oh, he's unavailable. Oh, that's why.
Okay.
I could do I love you.
Cheeseburger's playing right now, and there's somebody that has Fallout first. Oh, mic issues. Okay.
I could eat a cheeseburger right now.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Now I have heard, it's a shorter game. I've heard a lot of people, already through with the game, but me and you were both talking. We play slower, so that's not going to be an issue with me at all. Scott, have you finished playing the game yet, Scott? Or are you a slower game like me and Dom?
No way is Scott done. He's got littles at home.
What are they saying? Like 15 to 30 hours in the game?
He's got littles at home. He's not done.
No, if they rush through it, I think it's like a 40-hour game, something like that. But I was saying that
29 hours.
You finished?
Yeah.
Make a liar out of me, man.
Christ.
Yeah, Big T said 30.
Take
yeah,
one
that's
for
what
the
I thought.
team.
Christ. Well, I'm in
30 to
I
40.
was done in the first location, so the Emerald Vale, after 15 hours of doing everything I wanted to do. And I still had to go back because Camelworks told me to pick something up, which I missed. So 15 hours, that's just the first location. So you can make the game work worthwhile in that regard. So you can take your time. You don't have to just blaze through the whole game, because then it will take 40 hours less or whatever.
He was off of work for a week.
Oh, okay. Well, And
so yeah.
If you take
I've only just hit the second location.
How did you talk Hillary into letting you?
Well, and the good thing about Obsidian Games is they are replayable. That is the wonderful thing.
Of course, I'll let Chris.
You let me what?
Play
them over and over and over. Yeah, you do. He's on his second go around.
Christ.
Yep. Over and over.
No way.
Of course, his babies like to play too, so he can play and have a little right there, and it helps Mama keep the littles occupied when Hillary's got this down.
Over and over. Yeah.
Did you?
Hey, Coach.
Cutest pictures from Halloween. Cute littles. I can't wait to see you guys again.
Yeah, I love how
be there in May.
I love how Obsidian Games you can play them over and over, and they're never the same. Yeah, that is one of the very good strengths about Obsidian Games.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have yours play too, Big T? Oh, your baby. How old's your baby now?
Oh, hello. Hey, here we go.
Now we're on. Hey, DeMarco, dude, how's it going?
Howdy.
May's coming.
It's going good.
Turn up your thing as loud as you can go, but I can hear you good already.
So adorable.
I can hear you good as well.
Yep. So
nice.
Tell me what you're thinking about Outer Worlds.
Oh my God, it has my heart. Like this game, I have not stopped playing it since I've gotten it, and I'm not even that far yet because I started off playing on Supernova, and my God, it is hard.
I bet.
Hard.
Dude, I got into there's a point in the game after you leave the first location, and I was like, oh, where am I supposed to go? Because I spent so long in the Emerald Vale that I was like, okay, where am I supposed to go now? And I just went, oh, I'm just going to go to Monarch straight after the first location. And I found out very quickly that I should not have done that. I ran into a Mantiqueen straight away, and it wrecked me. And I was like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here, because I ran past said Mantiqueen, and then I looked on the pavement on the road that it leads into the center or wherever it goes. I don't know.
Do you not remember what Obsidian did to us in New Vegas for going the wrong direction?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. But yeah, it's good to hear you love it, man. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, I have two issues. And only two issues, and they're personal things. It's not even like problems with the game. The one thing is, and it's specific only to Supernova, the one thing is you cannot save anywhere else but on the ship. And that was done, I know that was done for immersion and for tension, because you play the game, you can't save, so every combat you have to go into, you have to really think about it, right? For me, that doesn't immerse myself. That takes me out of the immersion, because instead of being like, oh my gosh, I need to think about this fight strategically, it just makes me conscious of the fact, oh shit, when was the last time I saved?
Yeah. Oh, that must be rough, man.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was the fact that the companions, I have no problems with the companions dying.
Oh, they die in Supernova, don't they? Forgot about that.
It's just, especially early on in the game, you get Pavardi, she will just run in and I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry for the language. I apologize.
That's okay.
I talk with my eyes. All of our girls talk with their eyes. We're like, we don't even have to open our mouths. It's just our eyes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the companions dying. That's right.
You didn't protect my Parvati.
No, Parvati has died many, many times. If in my defense, I did save Scum completely.
She's my girl, man.
She's mine too. You want to tussle over her?
Yeah, that can only be
You'll
one.
probably win.
Let's go, Logan Paul KSI fight. Let's go.
That does make it a much harder game when your companions can go down, but they do go down very, very, very easy. Yes.
So I was thinking, there is a perk. I don't know if it's available in Supernova difficulty. It might just be with easier difficulties. But I was thinking, if there was a small window where you can go off and revive them, or maybe if there were certain items that you needed to have on your person, something like that. But otherwise, I feel like I'm just pushing the companions as far as possible from the battle so that nothing happens to them. And then I go fight, and they carry all my stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you can edit their behavior, can't you, in the settings and stuff to...
Yes, you can make them more defensive.
Yeah.
So they'll stay farther away.
What was dinner? What was dinner? I'm so hungry. Chicken's in the crock pot.
You've already eaten Skittles. You don't get to eat anymore.
Number one, I had like 5. Those green ones were nasty.
And you didn't feed me lunch either. So
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, we're about to have
a
king and queen right here. So.
I fed him lunch.
You did not feed me
lunch. You normally like that. Why didn't you eat it?
I'm going to get Joe on this call and he'll
tell you.
Joe is a newlywed.
He'll tell you didn't feed me lunch because he was on the call and camera when you brought lunch, and it wasn't lunch.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Joe, are you listening?
Y'all, let me tell you about my day right now. Let me tell you how it goes. Okay? There is... you wake.
Why do I always get in trouble on the KingCast?
There is. Make sure you wake Ripple up before she wakes up to give her some medicine, or she's going to be bawling. Then there is, and mind you,
I
guys,
have a disease too.
I don't even want to hear about your disease right now. And mind you guys. Mind you guys. Y'all gonna make me pee on myself.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Okay, stop.
There needs to be a separate KingsCast just for roasting.
Oh my.
Mind you guys, okay? She hasn't really cried through this whole ordeal. She has not, okay? Then, so she's got 3 bags, like 2 in her bladder and 1 in her bowels. And so the 2 in her bladder are draining into like a hospital bag that you got to drain and keep going and flowing, and you have to flush them and clamp them, and all that's fine and dandy. And then when she has to get to the bathroom, well, it takes 45 minutes to get from the bed. 45 minutes may be an understatement. To get from the bed to the wheelchair through her room to the doorway of the bathroom, because you can't fit the wheelchair in the bathroom, and then get from the doorway to the toilet. No lie, at least 45 minutes. Then she's in there an hour, and then it's at least 45 minutes back, by which time she's bawling again. Come in here to change the sheets on the bed and ask the dear king if he'll help with this side. While
this is making me look really bad.
Are y'all ready? I've been at the hospital for how many days?
I helped.
You spent 1 night there, which I really appreciate.
I spent 3 nights
there.
You
did. You spent 1 night alone there.
Y'all,
he told me it wasn't his job.
I did it with a smile.
That was last night.
I did it with a smile. On my
Today he wanted lunch, which I brought him, but he's going to be brazen enough on this show to go. It wasn't really lunch.
We go out.
So moving on to the next subject.
Yeah, quickly moving on.
Hey, Captain.
Not happening. Not here. Not today.
I love you.
I love
honey.
you too. Did I kiss your glasses?
Probably.
It's 25 years later, though, guys. Almost 30, probably.
And we're still making it.
Still making it.
Yeah.
And I promise you, we've spent more time together than probably anybody else.
Todd said was the rat poison sprinkled on it.
I looked for some. I was out.
We love each other.
We do.
Through the fun times and the bad. Were we talking about games or something?
I don't know. You just got me sidetracked with something you said.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know what you said. Whew. We're going to have to watch the replay to find out.
We were talking about my love for Bravati.
It was that whole stupid lunch thing you said.
Yeah.
Didn't bring you lunch.
So, DeMarco, did you finish?
That's salsa and
You did
chips.
finish the game already, right?
I have not finished it yet. No, not
No.
even close.
Well, because you're on Supernova.
Yeah, you know what? I lose, and then I put myself in a horrible loop where I start playing, and then I die. I get sent back 30 minutes. I get frustrated. I go, maybe next time, and then I turn it off and go back in.
I'm on there for hours, dude. This is the first game since Fallout 4 where I can just dive into a game and just play it for hours and still want to, like, I force myself to come off because I'm like, oh, I got work.
What did it
Like, I haven't had that feeling since Fallout 4.
Did you take off work to play?
No.
Okay.
No.
Like on the release day.
Funny story, actually,
We're shaking
because
the camera.
I bought it midnight of release,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to be up the next day to go take a trip to London to spend 2 days in London because I was meeting Bethesda UK at Comic-Con for an event. So I could only create my character, and then like I landed on the first area and I was like, it's 2 a.m. I need to sleep. I have to be up at 6 to go to London, so I can't play this.
I think
So, yeah,
your side.
Which was fun.
Of course.
What did I even do?
It was food.
Oh no, I got an hour long demo for Cyberpunk, which was amazing.
Wow.
Like live gameplay. It was very strict. It was kind of like they sent you into. It was probably the same thing you may have seen at E3 or something like that. What happened? Yeah, so they send you into a room and like a conference room, and then they shut all the doors. They ask you to like turn off all your phones, and they had like these security guards like circling the conference room, so like during the whole demo to make sure no one was filming or taking photos throughout the whole thing. So you kind of just sat there like, I'm enjoying this, but you're just conscious of like, please don't no one mess this up. But there's a guy on stage with a controller playing it live in front of everyone, and it was stunning. So good.
That's awesome.
I also got an hour-long demo for Death Stranding, which is coming out tomorrow, I think.
That's awesome.
What did you think of that? I've been seeing the reviews.
I still don't know what's going on. I'm interested. I'm very interested, but to me it still looks like Deliveroo / Uber Eats the game.
Yeah.
You know, the guy comes to deliver stuff. But no, it does look really good. There is.
Is it tomorrow that it comes out?
That's what he said.
Yeah, I think
in the
so.
UK.
Or is it something like that?
I was looking on gaming news. It's coming out soon, but I couldn't. I've got it down here somewhere when it comes out.
He has notes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. But obviously, I met up with the folks at Bethesda UK that obviously I've met before. We did a community meeting with like a bunch of
weeks ago.
cosplayers, and there's a ton of people that shown up, which was really cool to see. A few faces I've seen before at events.
November 8th.
And then they thrown like a massive after party after Comic-Con. So they hired out some place in a hotel and did like a massive
Friday
after party, which was nice. But I had to leave somewhat early.
I said,
so, yeah.
Sounds like a good
Our
time.
days are a little mixed up right now.
Spoiled a bit.
I will tell you a story about Death Stranding real quick. At the event. So it's kind of coming to the end of the event. Obviously, I'm sticking around because of the after party. So it was quieter than like the day, because the day was like ridiculously busy, and I mean, there was like it was way busier than last year. So like all the guests and stuff, I couldn't really get a chance to speak to. Not like I wanted signatures or anything, but like just to say hello or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it quietened down, and I was walking around the floor, and I ran into Troy Baker. And
no way!
Yeah, I've met Troy Baker before, and he's a really, really legend. He's a nice dude. So I went over, spoke to him, and I was like, "Oh, hey, we've met before in Bristol." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember doing that." And I was like, "Oh, I think a few days before he did an interview with Jacksepticeye, which was really nice to see."
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, so we was talking about Sean and the fact that I do YouTube and stuff like that, and he's asking how the channel's going and stuff like that. And I said to him, "Oh yeah, I just got out of an hour demo for Death Stranding," and he was like, "Oh hey, like, how did you find it?" And I was like, I still don't know what the hell's going on. Like, I've watched every trailer, I've seen a demo, and dude, I still don't know what's happening. And he's like, dude, like, even when you play the game, you'll still have no idea what's going on. I was like, oh wow, okay. I was like, well, you're in it. It was nice meeting. It was nice meeting Troy.
Hey guys, real quick before we get off Outer Worlds, what do y'all think is going to be the main differences? And I know we've talked about realism with Starfield. What do y'all think is going to be the main differences between Starfield and Outer Worlds? And Timmy just said BGS is going to need to be on their A game with Starfield because Outer Worlds has been so good. I mean, we just said Metacritic, they scored 82 with critics and a 7.8 with fans, and you know,
I think PS5's like 85 or something.
Yeah,
PS5, PS4.
That's PC. That's with PC. So, what do you think Starfield is going to be? How different is it going to be? What are they going to be going for?
You could take this one, DeMarco.
Y'all both take it, but yeah.
I will see when I. Oh,
10
man,
years, 10 years of play. That's the Elder Scrolls.
Sorry, yeah, PS4 is 86 score Metacritic and 8.4 user score. Yeah, big numbers. Sorry, carry on.
I think the biggest difference between the two is Outer Worlds. When I at least for me when I play it, it still kind of feels like a AA game, which I don't mind at all. In fact, the one thing I love about Outer Worlds is actually because they don't have these massively open spaces. I actually really enjoy that because I think too many games are trying to have bigger and bigger worlds, and it was actually such a nice change of pace to have a small contained area. Oh, go on.
Oh, sorry, but yet like have like so much crammed into those smaller worlds. That's what was good as well. Like there wasn't much like empty space where there's nothing. Which really
exactly.
worked as well. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, man.
No, it's okay. I think with Starfield, it's going to be. I guess the best way to explain it is when you play a Bethesda game, you know it's a Bethesda game, and when you play BioShock, which Outer Worlds, like I get BioShock vibes and Borderlands vibes. It feels like it's just the feeling you get when you play them.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like Starfield is going to be what I've always thought it's going to be. It's going to be more leaning towards the Elder Scrolls than Fallout, in the sense that it has its own lore, it has its own histories, has its brand new locations, each with their own intricacies. And I feel like they're going to lean more towards that. While have elements of Fallout, maybe with its gun combat, and maybe some of its dialogue and stuff. I feel like the general world and the kind of that theme of worlds will be based more on the Elder Scrolls. So it's going to be that big epic game, leaning more towards realism than where the Outer Worlds leans more towards like fantasy and humor and that kind of building its own characteristics and stuff like that, where Starfield would be a more serious fantasy sci-fi game like Elder Scrolls kind of thing.
Do you guys think there'll be any kind of multiplayer to Starfield?
No.
Well, the only thing that's confirmed is they said we don't know what kind of social elements might be there.
That's what Todd
when
said.
I hear that, I believe they're like more on about trading and stuff. So like maybe there'll be like a hub area where you could trade between certain characters or other people or stuff like that. Maybe
so like a Destiny of sorts.
Or maybe not like that because that's fully online. But when he says, because he's on about like some social aspect or something like that.
I think they would be very smart to stay away from multiplayer and stay away from microtransactions. Don't you guys? They would be very smart to go back to their Skyrim model.
Yeah, maybe like a market area or something like that. Maybe that's what they're on about. Or I don't know, something like that.
That's the scariest thing about Starfield 2 is the fact that there's so many people that are frustrated with Bethesda. There's so many people, whether you know, and it's all come from Fallout 76, and whether you enjoy it or not, you can't really. There's just so many people that are frustrated with it that Starfield is facing two uphill battles. One is you have that angry side of the community. Two is that it's a brand new title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a brand new IP, and that's also its own battle to fight, because
if that tanks, then that can hurt. I think it's gonna be a tough one.
Well, that gives me a segue, and y'all just listen to me for a minute, and then I'll give y'all room to talk.
For sure.
And I know what everybody thinks about Fallout first. They hate it, and most people think about Fallout 76. They hate it. And I generally don't care for microtransactions either. But I also have learned what these games for service are. And when you have a game that gives free content on a yearly basis, like Fallout 76 has done over this past year, then I understand why they have microtransactions. But I just want to lay out what I think Bethesda's future should be with what they've done now with Fallout first.
You're opening a can of worms.
No, I'm just giving my opinion.
No.
Oh yeah.
Todd asked if he was opening a can of worms, and like you're opening a can of worms.
Oh, me, no.
He may be too.
If for them to get back in the fans' good graces, I think they should go back with the Skyrim model, like I said, for Starfield, with no microtransactions, single player only.
Mm-hmm.
Also, give us a Fallout 3 remaster.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would also give fans some goodwill. And that might make fans understand that Fallout 76, then, those microtransactions are just with that game, live service game. It has nothing to do with their single player games. But now, if Bethesda's going to go microtransactions on all their games, I think that's what fans are worried about. That Bethesda's going to go that way on all their games. Like Coach just said with Creation Club. Now, if they go crazy on all their games, then I think that's what fans are worried about.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they need to go back to their Skyrim model.
Yeah,
their original Skyrim model, where it's modding, because it's the modding community that made Bethesda last. There are people still modding Morrowind, guys.
Yeah.
That is literally what made Bethesda be Bethesda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Fallout fans are like football fans. You can't ever keep them happy no matter what you do.
Well, I mean,
they will always gripe.
Well, that's true.
Gamers.
That's true in a certain sense, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, I get that fact. They should kind of look at their past and remodel themselves. But the biggest fear for me, and there is a reason why I haven't spoken out about these sort of topics, is because one, I'm not really educated enough on Fallout 76. I'm not on it as much as everybody else, and I'm not going to be that person that just jumps on it because everyone's jumping on it.
Yeah.
But what I do hear does worry me, and it's the only problem that I have is not with Bethesda, is with ZeniMax, because ZeniMax is a privately owned corporation that owns Bethesda, and we now know after Fallout 4, like another private investor bought that share of ZeniMax, so they own partly of what Bethesda make, or what Bethesda game studios and Softworks, releases and stuff like that. And from what I understand is, instead of like these 4 yearly chunks that they make from Bethesda Game Studios, they want that like a big payout. When Fallout 4 dropped, big payout. It sold ridiculously well, and then obviously they wanted more frequent income.
That
I guess.
lasted. Mm-hmm.
So then they're like, well, we can make this live service game, and we can do all these other things and add microtransactions to Doom, all the Softworks releases, and that can help. But then it seems like ZeniMax are pushing for that more, and that's what's really hurting. So that's why I can't jump online and be like, oh, Bethesda did this. And it's like, you have to realize who owns Bethesda. You have to understand that it's head office, let's say, pushing for those changes, and the only thing that I'm holding out for is they leave that alone for major BGS releases like Starfield, like the Elder Scrolls 6, because then they're not gonna have those big release date payments, or this game sold 120 million copies in the first 24 hours. That's not gonna happen. So it's just that's what worries me the most.
Yeah, let me catch up on some of the comments. Raider Overboss said, should have Fallout 76 been a free game and subscription an option, and those whom bought the game get 1 free year subscription of Fallout first. Samantha Page says, Fallout 3 Remaster, take my money. I think everybody feels that way about Fallout 3.
You're exactly right. That would be a huge change in the right direction for Bethesda.
But Todd Howard's going to have to change his opinion on that one.
Again, I don't. It may not be up to him. I know we look to Todd Howard because he runs Bethesda Game Studios, but he answers to ZeniMax.
Yes.
So it's ultimately up to them if they can if they want to fund him that money, But that's a stupid decision because that would make them so much money. Like, here we go. Fallout 3 coming to the Nintendo Switch. I bet you people would run out and buy a Nintendo Switch just to play that on the go.
I agree.
Like, even if it was like, right, we're releasing, because we know they've acknowledged New Vegas recently because they're putting it into this, into 76, the armor.
Mm-hmm.
And I come back from the event, actually, which I was just talking about. And normally you get these like goodie bags that they give you in like Bethesda. You give me a few bits and stuff to say thank you for coming. And I got a bunch of like at the bottom of the bag, I got a bunch of like chips, New Vegas chips, like platinum chips.
Well, people about that, but Bethesda published that. Bethesda published New Vegas for Obsidian. And Bethesda owns New Vegas.
Of course, yeah.
People needs to people were griping about that. That's not even Bethesda's game. Well, yeah, it is. Bethesda published it and they own it. So
they funded it.
Yeah, so it is Bethesda's game. They make money on it every time it sells.
Oh, of course.
Unless you're from the UK, Timmy, then it's probably the Arkansas accent that wins.
Real quick, Coach says they retrofitted Skyrim. And he says, don't you think that Fallout First sub fee will stop the modders from bothering with 76? That's an interesting take. Which, yeah, it will probably stop some of them for sure. Is ZeniMax turning more into EA where they are looking to please the backers and not the fans? Coach says, check out the board of directors list for ZeniMax.
Some guy that owns like a bunch other companies.
And of course, and we talked about it.
Altman.
That's right. Yeah.
We talked about it.
Also part of the ESA.
That's it. Yeah. ESA. Yeah. There you go.
We also talked about it a couple of weeks ago. That remember there's other companies that have been investing money into ZeniMax, so that they've been needing to make extra money as well for these other companies that are putting the money into ZeniMax as well. Big T says Mass Effect or N7 day Mass Effect remake rumors. Really? Very cool.
Mass Effect.
I like Timmy's comment there.
That's what I was saying. Unless you're from the UK, then you're gonna like the Arkansas accent.
Okay, real quick on the Fallout first. I know this is not popular at all. Okay, but I'm gonna give you my quick take. And again,
Absolutely.
Most people say this is wrong because people jump all over it. The Fallout first fee for the private servers is the same as the ESO price, so we should have seen it coming. I'm not saying it's right, but we should have seen it coming. What they offer for the price, and this is what I put up, and I got dogged for it. If y'all
took a lot for me not to say anything.
If y'all go back to my Twitter feed, I got dogged by Legacy Killer.
Ooh, he's dropping names.
I got dogged by Mantis.
Ooh,
they both even made videos with my name and tweet in it.
They did.
Yeah. Me and Maddie even got into it over it. So there's 3 big YouTubers that I got into it over just because of my opinion. And but if you look at it, what people are saying is they are locking things behind a paywall. And yes, you can look at it that way, or you can look at it as they're rewarding people for their purchase. Because if you purchase the private server, they are giving you things for your purchase.
I'm out of coffee.
Again, the price for the private server is the exact same price you get for the ESO thing, for the ESO private server. It is $8.99 if you buy for a month. $8.99 a month. And for that, you actually get more atoms than $8.99 a month. You get more atoms than that price. I don't remember how many atoms you get a month, but you get more atoms than that. In fact, Samantha probably knows right off the top of your head.
CeeLo1 said free advertisement, and you do get more subs when that happens.
There it is, $16.50 a month. And then then the other stuff. And again, people say, but you're locking this stuff, and then they're also every month going to give cosmetic only now. They're going to give a cosmetic armor every month as an incentive to keep you, obviously, as a subscriber. And then other people are going crazy. Well, they're locking other stuff behind a paywall. No, it's a reward for being a subscriber. And it's just the cosmetic thing. I know people are talking about the scrap box, but that's the one-time thing. I think it was Maddie that made the video griping about the armor you get every month now. They're adding a different armor every month. It's a cosmetic thing you get as a subscriber every month. But again, I ask, is it something locked behind a paywall, or is it a reward for buying that thing? It's according to how you look at it. But again, we should have seen it coming because it's the exact price as the ESO thing. And it's like Dom said, it's coming from ZeniMax. It's the same company.
I think one of the biggest issues that a lot of people aren't vocalizing very well is the fact that Fallout 76 has had major issues, and the people who have stuck with it, for example, yourself, King, I was hoping that with something like private servers, now the price of the private servers, I don't think should be anything to complain about. I mean, a Minecraft server, I just looked it up, for 20 players is $15 a month, and you just get the server. Now, I have heard that possibly those servers aren't actually private servers, and I don't know if you've seen this video by Gopher when he talked about Fallout First. but he explained how they're purchasing something from Amazon. That's why you can't really customize the settings on them too much. That's really interesting. But the thing that I don't think is being communicated very well is that all of the issues that Fallout 76 has, me personally, I would have hoped to see Bethesda give out a little bit more generously with them. To say, hey, listen, we know that we've had our mistakes and we know that we've had some wrong turns with this game, but here you go. This is an amazing bang for your buck, and we want to say thank you to the players who are still sticking with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I was talking to Joe about this. He said, well, why didn't they just give it for $5? And I said, Joe, if they would have done it for $5, they would have gotten the exact same backlash. And you know it. You know, every one of you on this know it. They would have got the exact same backlash no matter what they would have charged. Y'all all know it. The exact same people would have said the exact same things. So why not charge what they charge for ESO? I mean, you think about it. Just sit there and honestly think about it.
How much is it a month?
$8.99.
It's like cheaper than going and getting a meal at McDonald's
a month.
I also think that another big issue too is why did they not bundle some of these things separately? Like, sell the private servers so you could just pay for the private servers, and I think that would have helped. It wouldn't have contained all of the frustration, but I think that certainly would have helped. And then for people who wanted to pay a little bit more, also allow them to say, hey, here's private servers for those of you that want it. But if you really enjoy this game, here's the option to subscribe to this Fallout first. But instead, they just announced it and launched it on the exact same
now
day.
King wants McDonald's. Yes, I want something to eat. I'm hungry.
What do you think about this whole stash situation? People losing their stuff.
It never happened.
I'm not that knowledgeable.
Yeah, it never happened to me. Some of the people it happened to, it was just hid. I'm not. And they got it fixed very quickly. I'm not sure how many actually lost their whole stash, but I know a lot of them. It was actually just hid. They didn't actually lose their stuff. So, but thankfully, it didn't lose it. Now, Coach did make a good point just a minute ago. He said they're not actual servers; they're worlds. Because you cannot, you're actually not in control of anything. When it's an actual server, you actually have administrative options over it. And this is something they may do in the future, and I actually hope they do. What Bethesda's done with these, you actually just go to a world, and your friends can still go there. So, and you can't keep them out. You can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
If they're on your friends list, they can still come there. So you have no control over that world.
Oh.
So
okay.
that's why it's not called a private server. It's called a world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
that was a very good point that Coach was making. So hopefully in the future they will make some administrative restrictions on those worlds and make it an actual private server. But I will say this as a content creator, it makes it so great for me because I can go to the world and make video footage without worrying about other people other than just my friends, which
some crazy kid coming and running up,
which knows to leave me alone when I'm doing video footage. Also, when I do live streams, I can get the exact people I want in there in the world to do the live. I mean, it's just so it works perfectly for me. So now I can't speak for.
Does everything like carry over, like your progression and what quests you were doing and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Plus, everybody was griping about performance and all this with that. All that was taken care of in a day as well. The private worlds for me, every bit of the lag and performance that you have in Fallout 76 is absolutely gone. I mean, my character goes like twice as fast in my private world. It's wonderful.
That must be good. Yeah. I've experienced that because I will tell a little story. Was when the game first released back last year. I think it was like the day before, because Bethesda sent me. Well, I don't think it was Bethesda, but our company Game, who, like, if you're from the UK, you know what Game is. Like, our version of GameStop or whatever like that. They sent me the game like 2 days early, and I was like, I just got home because I bought the collector's edition. I saw this massive box on my doorstep, and I was like, no. I was like, what? This 2 days early? I was like, they can't do that, and they did it. But then I think it was like 4 to 5 hours before midnight, before the servers went live. You know, you got the pre-download and stuff. And my friend signed on PC early, and I was like, what? So I ran home and tried to sign on PlayStation, and it let me in like 4 hours early. And I think you remember this, but I sent a picture on, like, I made a video on little Facebook and stuff, and I was the only person in the server until midnight. And I was like, what is happening? So I went on the map, and there was no one there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so this is what it would be like single player. So I've kind of experienced it, and yeah, it did run a lot better and stuff like that. But that was, that was day one. So I understand. It's cool.
Raider Overball said something about the people in Australia. I did hear about that there was actually a lawsuit.
There's a dog in the background.
Yeah, that's Elvis. That's Elvis. That's my dog Elvis. Say hi, Elvis.
Come here, buddy.
Yeah, there was a lawsuit in Australia. There actually some people getting their money back from Fallout 76. Yeah, that's my old boxer Elvis. Say hi, Elvis.
Because Sarah just left him.
Yeah.
But how do you feel? Getting back to 76, how do you feel this will affect the future of 76? Do you feel like it will affect Wastelanders now, or do you, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, one thing I was going to say, I'm still excited about Wastelanders. You know, there's a lot of questions like mods. How are they going to handle mods when mods comes out? Because just think about this. I mean, this is a whole other podcast, though. When they start modding, how is that going to work? Because you don't want somebody that mods in their private world to be able to put mods on a character and then take that character back out in the regular world with other people. That would be cheating. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, that's not right. So they're going to have to do something with that.
That's the other reason why they were saying that they're not actually private servers too, is because you can bring them back and forth.
Yeah.
If it were a true private server, they were at least I think this is what Gopher was saying in his video. He said you would not be able to bring them from one to the other. Bring them
back and forth. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe that's when it would. Maybe when it becomes modding, you'll have that private server with the admin stuff. Maybe that's what it would take. But no, talking about Wastelanders, I'm still super excited about Wastelanders. I
hope that all the games releasing around, because they didn't say specifically when in 2020. They just said 2020, right?
They said the first quarter.
So it'd be so it'd be like up until March.
When Doom Eternal's coming out,
exactly.
Cyberpunk's coming out, and that's what I was worried about.
I felt bad for someone at the Bethesda meetup because someone was wearing the Year of Doom t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but it's not now. It's not now, is it?
It's not. Isn't it funny that the two main things they were going to have for Christmas are not coming out, Doom and Wastelanders.
But that makes me think that Starfield won't be next year either. So maybe not.
So do you think Bethesda is going to have any, real quick before I do the giveaway, do you think Bethesda is going to have any surprise here right at Christmas time to announce for the fans? I mean, here we are.
Do you mean at the Game Awards?
No, we're here at November the 2nd. Are they going to have anything to sell here for the Christmas holidays? They're not going to be pushing anything.
I don't think so.
It was going to be Doom, but
one thing I'll quickly add, is from what I heard and what I was talking to someone from Bethesda about next year and about another studio that they have, is one of their studios from Softworks, I'll just say, from Arcane. Arcane are ridiculously busy right now. Right now, they're working on 3 games, I was told. So,
whoa!
Yeah. So, expect a lot
Dishonored
from
and Dark
Arcane.
Knights.
I can't say anything. But, no. Because they'll be like, you're not being invited to any event. No, I don't know. But all I know and what they've told me is that Arcane Studios are really busy at the moment. It's their busiest studio they have. So expect a lot from Arcane probably next year and the following year, probably. So as in terms of this year, I don't think there's going to be anything. But I do know that Deathloop is supposed to be set for this generation, and obviously we know that.
So that's 2020 probably.
Yeah, so obviously we know that next gen's coming next year as well at the end of next year. So expect probably Deathloop to be coming next year.
Bad news, Billy. You haven't gotten Mischief Night to play good yet. You say it's laggy. Of course, I played it on the private servers, and it's worked perfect for me. So, see, that's the difference between the private servers and the regular world. It works perfect in the private servers. Give me the thing. Let's give something away. I'm sorry about that. You need to come over in my private server before Tuesday because it's still going on. It works really good in the private server. Let's give these.
So cold.
You're not going to let me give both of them away.
No.
All right.
But anyone on the fence, go play Outer Worlds. Just
yes.
You play Outer Worlds.
Go play Outer Worlds. Absolutely, absolutely.
Not because I'm being mean.
You're always the mean one.
No.
You're always
Money
mean.
is tight. We got these.
Okay, you get your choice of a female or male vault dweller.
Are they for me and DeMarco for being great guests?
That's it. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm going to expand my pop collection.
Except I don't ship to the UK. I would though.
Bethesda keep giving me the same bobblehead. So every event I go to, I have
the same.
I have 6 perception bobbleheads.
Oh my gosh! You should do what when the person gave in caps to get Fallout 4. You should do that with the bobbleheads instead.
Oh
well,
yeah,
see,
well,
you
because I've signed where they've come from, and they've got like the tags of each event I've gone to.
I think we have like 7 of these. We had more, but Wolfman might have taken 1 or 2.
I was taking 1 or 2. All right, get your typing hands ready. If you're willing to give your address to crazy people like her, and you don't live in Saskatchewan.
Is that still even the country?
Yeah.
Szechuan sauce?
Saskatchewan? All right, the first one to type in the correct answer.
To my question.
This is Miss Queen's question.
Y'all should be impressed. I have learned something in a year and...
You did come up with this.
A year and 6 months. I was right.
I was trying to think up a question from Oblivion, and she said, why don't you ask? Are y'all ready?
Here we go.
When was the release date?
No, wait. No Googling. No Alexa-ing. No Firefoxing. No Microsofting. No cheating.
Be fair. When was the release date for the very first Fallout?
What is gaming content from Queen? It's scary.
What year? Just what year? Year. For the very first Fallout.
No cheating.
Nope.
2006.
Nope. There it is, right there. Angel got it.
Angel got it.
Angel got it.
Woo! So do you
Wait. I think Big T got it.
What?
Yeah.
No, it was September 30th, 1997.
Oh.
That's what I've got written down. Check it.
Because I remember I said it was 10 years till Fallout 3.
I've got September
Fallout
30th,
3 was
1997. Y'all
Oh,
look.
you're right, 97.
Yay, Angel! Angel 1559 NAVA.
So, Angel, do you want the female or the male?
She just tuned in as well. Or he just tuned in. One or the other. I don't know.
You just tuned in and you're a winner. Yay. Now you have to go back and watch all my videos. Every one of them and hit a like.
And like them.
Yeah,
leave a
like
comment
there's
so that he knows
only
to watch them.
23
And then you'll get
likes.
the bottle.
There's only
And then-
23 likes. You guys get to hit
Oh,
the
female,
like button.
Hit the like. She wants the female. Good deal.
Okay, so on Twitter, send me your
Either me or the
address.
Queen. Find us on Twitter. She's the Mississippi Queen. I'm the KingFanMan. Send us a message, a direct message, and just send us your address, and we will send you.
I think I'm
figure.
like Mississippi Q or something. Maybe that's on YouTube. I don't know. I don't get technology.
You don't
Congratulations.
get it. Congratulations. We can't give that one away.
No,
You know you want to.
I
how
am not
comfortable is
gonna
that corner
cave
zip?
though. You guys,
It looks nice, doesn't it?
he and
my
Wolfman.
house is freezing, and I'm just staring at it.
It is so stinking cold. It is
Well-
so cold.
DeMarco, dude, thank you for being with us today.
Wait, I need to know where are you that it's cold there? Like,
I'm from New York.
I was gonna
so
say
it's-
you're in New
Hey,
York,
New
right?
York, yeah, I'm walking over here.
It really is cold there.
Forget about it.
Do you guys
Come
have
on.
snow yet? Is it snowing
Did I
there?
get snow? No, we haven't gotten snow at all. Thank God.
But it should be coming, right? Because it's in like Michigan. Does it come that way, or is it going up?
My fingers are crossed that it won't be for the next while.
Well,
the weather outside.
Timmy said it was rigged.
it is so stinking cold here. Like we just totally skipped.
And we're in the
fall.
South. It shouldn't be cold.
I'm telling you, I really am ready to move home to the beach
Well-
and be warm.
You're from the South, so your version of cold is like not the same as
This
our
is-
definition of cold.
It's in the 30s
Well,
here.
and
Am
but
I?
Wait, really?
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's not
and
cold.
here's the deal.
Bro.
But we had
Bro.
somebody on we had a guy from the electric company changing something out one day, and he was from New York, somewhere up there. He was from that direction. Maybe it was Chicago. Maybe it was Chicago.
Chicago.
He was from the what we would call north anyway. And he
Joyce.
goes, he said that it is so different here with the cold because it's so wet here that it gets
Humid,
you
yeah.
like cold in your bones, where it's different in other places. I was like, yeah, it's cold down here. It's crazy. It is. It's insane. It's freezing. So stinking cold. So very, very cold, you
Yeah,
guys.
but the hot air is what's bad.
I would rather have the hot any day of the week.
Are we through
I
talking about the weather now?
strongly dislike.
Are you through
winter
are
weather.
you through talking about the weather now?
No, I could put up my Christmas tree
Okay,
though, since
sorry.
it's cold.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to get something to eat now, guys.
Okay, it's in the crock pot.
DeMarco, dude, thank you for being here with us. I enjoyed it very,
Thank
very
you for
much.
inviting
He's
me.
having
I was not
Absolutely.
barbecue
expecting that
chicken,
Oh, I'm glad.
and we're having our Halloween movie night.
We are because
tonight.
I've been
Ah,
gone
cool.
taking care of my mom.
Well, and Ripple's been in the hospital,
And we've been
so-
gone to the hospital. That's right. Thank y'all for your thoughts and prayers while we've been gone to the hospital and I've been away.
I'm glad it's not anymore, Kane. You'd be living on a raft.
Thank y'all for letting me be gone too. I was gone about a week and a half, so thank y'all for letting me be away from YouTube. Dom, thank you for being on
Who
the
don't you
KingCast.
see on
No
Twitter?
worries.
You.
Me, go look at King's stuff. I comment on it's. I think it's Mississippi Q,
If you can't find her, just send me one. I'll get it to her.
but I'm on. He retweets my stuff sometimes.
Yep. Well, guys, we have enjoyed it as always. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh, it's Queen on Twitter.
It's Queen. M Queen, something like that.
you posted it a few minutes ago. You rock, Big T, because y'all know I don't know how.
Thank you. Big T, would you real quick before we say goodbye, would you put up DeMarco Dudes and Just Dom's link so y'all can go check out their YouTube page? Yep, y'all go check out them. They're awesome YouTubers. If you're not subscribed to them, y'all go do it. If you're not subscribed to me, please
We're up to
subscribe.
28 likes.
Yep, and hit that like button as well.
Hit the like button.
So please go check out DeMarco Dude and Just Dom. Thanks again, guys, for being on the KingCast.
That's one.
That's
You're
one.
waiting on the other one.
I'm waiting on the other one.
Gotta wait.
Vault Girl's always right on top
We'd
of
be
it. Thank
like
you, Vault
waiting
Girl.
forever if I was doing it.
Bye, Battle Axe. Thank you for being here. Bye, Chris. There they are.
There they are.
Thank you, guys.
You guys have an awesome week. Seriously, thanks for joining us. And now we're up to 31 likes. So everybody go like it.
Y'all are
32.
Awesome.
32. We're getting there.
Thank y'all so much. We enjoyed. Go check out those guys. They're awesome.
And I'm going to feed him some barbecued chicken.
Ooh,
I don't know if that counts.
What's with the barbecue chicken?
Macaroni and cheese.
What else?
I would give you the pinto beans, but you gripe that pinto beans are like barbecued beans and they don't belong with barbecued chicken.
Come on, Coach. You can like it. You can do it. You can do it.
I like nothing.
Bye, guys. Thank y'all so much.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.
See ya.